Let me shake your hand again. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Nice work in this.
Thank you very much.
Say something to you that I don't get to say to too many people. Last time I saw you, we were in prison.
What was that?
True story, you came up to Folsom and did a little gig for the inmates there. I wasn't an inmate, I was there.
You were there? Nice, yeah.
I'm one step away from being an inmate there, but this day I was just covering it.
Good.
I talked to you before, not afterwards. What was that experience like?
I mean, I don't think that we have the time to really talk about what that experience was like. I mean, it was obviously like nothing I'd experienced before, but it was amazing to be able to go in there and to show the film, to show Walk the Line to the inmates, and Shooter Jennings and I actually did a few songs as well. It was quite an interesting experience.
For me, it was kind of awesome to see you play and then look over, and there are these cops standing next to inmates, and the cops and inmates like high-fiving each other, going, "This is great."
I didn't see that.
You bring the
I
whole
was
together
still looking down. I was trying to remember the chords that I had forgotten.
Well, it sounded like you had them down. It worked out. Nice work in this.
Thank you very much.
Have you seen the finished movie?
I haven't. I don't, typically see movies that I'm in.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of actors say it creeps them out. Like they're too busy looking at lighting, looking at the mark that they were supposed to hit, critiquing it. Is that the case with you?
There's a number of reasons why, but yeah, it doesn't really serve me. I don't think that it should help me improve as an actor, and I don't really have a desire just to watch myself. And I think that there is a certain danger for actors in becoming self-aware or becoming aware of how the camera sees you. To think of yourself objectively, I think is a mistake.
Right.
I've never been one of those people. I don't want to know the size of the lens or where it is. I don't think that I should alter my performance based on those things. I think it's about, for an actor, for me, it's about trying to stay inside the character and maintain that perspective as opposed to stepping away and watching a monitor or watching dailies or watching the finished product.
I think that's probably one of the most healthy assumptions I've ever heard coming out of an actor.
I don't know. It's what works for me, and everyone's different. There's not a right way to be an actor. There's not a right approach. It's whatever works. It's ridiculous when people suggest that somebody that spends a great deal of time researching something might be better than another actor that doesn't. All that matters is the final product and how you get there. And there are times where you get there by goofing around with somebody on set in between takes and going in, and somehow that frees you up in a way. And there's other times where you need to spend more time preparing before you go onto set. There's never been one approach that I've found, and I think that it changes from film to film.
Can I talk to you about the opening scene of this movie? One of the most effective, sensual moments I've ever seen between you and Eva Mendes. So effective, I was frustrated when the knock came on the door, interrupting that.
Well, it was really important that we capture a real sense of passion and love between these characters, because there weren't a lot of scenes in order to develop that relationship. It's something you always kind of struggle with in film, is there are scenes that we're not seeing but that you talk about that kind of create the sense of history of the characters, and you have a very limited amount of time to get that off. And it was important that the audience feel that Bobby's life is filled with this great sense of passion and joy. And it had to leave a lasting impression on the audience, so that when things kind of change, that we really feel that kind of loss of that relationship. But let me tell you that in the actual shooting of it, it couldn't have been less sensual. And I think that you know this from talking to actors about movies and love scenes all the time. It is kind of the most ridiculous technical thing that you can experience, and oftentimes it's more technical than a scene in which it's just a conversation between people. Oftentimes it's about making sure that you're positioned just so that the light hits you a certain way. So I'm glad that it feels that way, because that is the intention. I will tell you, while doing it, it was antithesis of that. But that's the point.
With that said, Eva said you're a good kisser.